All right. Listen, so let's talk about Warzone, right? I think that's where a majority of people are here for. Again, a lot of people are like a lot of the things from multiplayer transferred to Warzone. So again, a lot of things. Raven Software, Sledgehammer. I'm gonna say this again. Like, we should not be held back for movement. If you guys are marketing your game as a movement game, movement's back. I see Call of Duty tweeting this. Then please do not 50-50. Full send, give us that good movement that one. Even then, Modern Warfare 2019 movement is not even crazy, bro. Like, if you
talking Caldera movement, that's what we want back. And more. We want like, stim boosting and speed boost. Give us that back too. While we're at it with the big game bounties and this, give us the speed boost too. Why not? As a perk, man.
You're at the end of the day, listen, I'm a firm believer. I don't care if you're a TikTok demon that has crazy movement. If you can't hit your shots, you're gonna get shit on. So at the end of the day, you know, giving movement doesn't matter. If you're a good player, you will hit your shots. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is you hitting your shots. Don't matter how good you are at movement. I know I'm not gonna name anybody, but I know some movement demons that are fucking dog shit, right? So let's just be honest here, right? So at the end of the day, hit your shots. That's all that matters. Movement is an addition to your gameplay. It's not everything. So please stop restricting us. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. So let's get into it. Warzone, boys, general thoughts. We're gonna go one by one. Overall, 0 out of 10. Talk to me, JGOD. What you thinking for Warzone so far? What you seen? Again, we're in pre-alpha or alpha, one or the other. I'm not sure. What are you thinking?
I thought it was pretty solid overall. I know a lot of people got hung up on the fact that the perk stuff, they just assumed that we'd get the MW3 perks in the game as gear or whatever. And I think they could have maybe been a little bit clearer on this. Hopefully they get what I mean when I'm saying this, because one of the things that was easily able to stand out is when you slide and aim down sight, you got a full aim down sight. Not the tac stance aim down sight version when you're aiming down sight. You got the full one, but that's not equipable. So how the hell does that happen unless they're giving you perks by default? And then it's like, if they're giving us that one, what else are they giving us? Are they giving us the one where you slide a little bit further? Are they giving us the other one that we don't know? Obviously, I couldn't go in and test side by side, so I got to go fill them instantly after each other, and it's kind of like a little bit hard to compare. So I think that leaves them a lot of room to kind of really make a very good movement base, because maybe they give you Stalker by default. You know, this also allows them so they didn't have to have Dead Silence as a perk in the game. You know, so I think it gives them a little bit of creative freedom, but it would be nice to see a list of saying, hey, just so you know, we've incorporated these 7 perks that we think feel great in Warzone. And you're going to get these 4 perks that you love to choose in your perk package on top of whatever that is by default. We're giving you, so you're going to walk around like you got specialist without being specialist. Even by default, like when you land in the gulag, everywhere, you have all these features, but I don't think that was very clear. So I think there was some confusion with that, because obviously if they've done that, then that means those perks will never come in, because why would they give us that perk if it's going to cost it doesn't make sense. We have to use the system. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tangent, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So for anybody who didn't understand that, for those of y'all who are a little bit confused, what he's saying is, okay, when we played Warzone, the perk system is the Modern Warfare 2 perks, not Modern Warfare 3 perks. So the question is, will the Modern Warfare 3 perks, the gear, not even perks, gear, be integrated into Warzone somehow, right? And so the question is, all right, when we were playing, you technically by default had the perk that lets you aim down sight and slide at the same time. So that is already based. That is integrated as one of the, if you come back from Gulag, just a pistol, that is already given to you no matter what. For those of y'all who didn't catch that. So now the question is, okay, will gear not be integrated into Warzone? Will gear be on your player by default and you have these movement attributes, or how is that going to work, right? I guess the biggest thing is like, okay, we've been asking for movement. We've been asking for movement for so long. And it's like, all right, then they quote unquote paywall it into perks, right? And then, but then if those perks don't even go into Warzone, they're making the biggest mistake probably ever. Do I think that that's going to happen? No, I think some way, whether they integrate it or whether that's going to be like lootable things, I don't know. I still think we're going to get those movement perks. But in my opinion, I feel like it should be default. Like, again, the biggest thing that I've said is you went to multiplayer, felt snappy, felt fluid. It was pretty damn good, right? And then you go to Warzone, and it's like, bruh, I feel clunky as hell.
And I think they only need a couple, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to go crazy. Even the reload while sprinting would be huge. You know, I mean, there's just a handful.
Faster mantles, like.
Yeah, like some basic stuff where
He's saying clunky from multiplayer, not clunky from Warzone 2. From Warzone 2 to the new Warzone, night and day.
I meant Warzone 2. I meant multiplayer 2 Warzone. Does that not?
Yeah.
Warzone 2. Yeah.
But
so
I think on the low, there might have been more than just the one that we noticed, right? Like even then, you know,
maybe.
Who knows? So.
I don't know. That's like, look, this is the way my brain processes things, right? This is like not a solution, but Warzone, when you go to Warzone, obviously Warzone is going to feel slower, right? The maps are bigger, so the perception is that, right, things are farther away from you. You have different attachments in your guns that make things feel heavier, that make your ADS slower. All these things, right? So, in my opinion, if people want to still have that fast, feeling game, why not change the speed? Like, make it faster to make up for all the attachments that you put on your gun, to make up for the crazy big map, to make up for all these things. Like add these perks to us, give us the gear, give us all that stuff by default, so that way when we go from multiplayer to Warzone, it doesn't feel like we're going from multiplayer being super fast to Warzone feeling super slow. Like, in my opinion, like, okay, even if you match the same like movement speed from multiplayer to Warzone will always feel slower because less frames, bigger maps, and just heavier equipment. So raise this by 10%, raise Warzone by 10%, 5%, I don't know the percentages, but to make it be like, okay, now they feel similar, right? Even with these, so I don't know. I feel like that's a good solution in my opinion. Obviously I'm biased, but like that's the one thing I noticed, is Warzone definitely feels really slow compared to multiplayer. How they're going to fix that, I don't know. I am a little bit not worried, but obviously it's early stages. They did an amazing job, bro, at adding all the quality of life that we've been asking for. 3 plates, tempered, perks dropping, all that stuff. They did an amazing job. Let's be honest.
And they even fixed the vest.
Yeah. And so like
the mini map. I mean, you could just go on. I made a list so damn long of good stuff. When you call into precision, I went back to the footage to try and make sure. When you call into precision, you pop up on the mini map so people can see where the precision's coming from.
Nice.
Like what the hell? Like, there's so many small things that essentially, like, they took what we already had with Warzone 1, and then like I said, we should have had this last year, but
this is exactly what we've been asking them for. This is exactly what we've been asking them for a long time. It's stop trying to reinvent the wheel and just add to it. And I think they did a great job at doing that. I think if they fix the movement stuff and make Warzone not feel clunky, brother, I'm telling you, man, I feel like we're in for a fucking amazing year. But again, I said this in my review, we're at a midpoint right now. They can either make it, I'm be honest, really bad Warzone and make it slow and make it like Warzone 2, or Raven can full send and be like, yo, let's give the people what they actually want. We're right in the middle right now. And at the end of the day, it's up to them to decide where they take Warzone, bro. Sorry, I didn't mean to rant. I got really passionate.
And
Isaac, go ahead.
To double on that, like, I know you mentioned, you're like, like maybe if we could like loot it, like, screw that. Okay, none of this like RNG looting, like I have to equip this, trade this for that, because then it just becomes one of those things where like it's I've talked about this for years. It's like the perk counterplay. We're like, well, actually, no, the explosives are balanced if you have EOD equipped, but then if you don't have your if you like don't have your loadout, you don't have EOD, then it's not balanced. Same thing with movement. Like, I don't want to have to pick up my tactical slide boots so I can feel like I'm sliding and moving. Just give it to us. When I drop in, give it to us. No looting, no backpack management inventory. When things are simpler and we all feel more empowered, the game feels incredible. That's why Warzone 1 popped off.
Agreed. Joe, talk to me.
I think so far I would give the game like a 6.9. Because I think that, again, it was a very, like we could tell it was a very alpha version, right? We didn't have perks or gear, whatever it's going to be called. In my opinion, and I think some of this part was public, so now this is how I think it's going to go down. I think all of the gear and stuff will be on our standard character normally, because I heard them talk about that perk packages will still drop, which I like. And if they're dropping perk packages, I feel like that's going to be all of the old perks and also Combat Scout again, which is a little but
They
also
definitely fixed it.
yeah.
They fixed Combat Scout hell out. I don't even
Yeah,
think
they
anybody
nerfed it,
noticed.
nerfed
They
it, not fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
So-
break line of
It's just a
sight,
live
it's
ping,
basically
not an
gone.
outline, right?
Yeah, it's a live ping. It's not the full body. It's just a ping over their head. It's like if
Yeah.
you manually ping them, and then if they go behind a wall, it goes away. So it's
Okay,
it's not
it's-
broken anymore.
Super reduced, yeah, and it'll probably be in. I think they even rearranged where the perks sit, so that they like, obviously, like focus didn't deserve to be with fast hands or whatever. That maybe that's in one of the first categories. So I think they rearranged the perks too, so that some of the ones that they want you to consciously force to choose two different things. So fast hands might be with Ghost, and you're like, oh shit, I can't play without fast hands. So
yeah.
you know, so it might be one of those too.
So go ahead,
So-
Joe. Sorry, just wanted to.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So for that, I think that's incredible. That I think most likely I would say is that we'll have all that stuff from the start, and then all the perk package and stuff that we're dropping are perks that we kind of already had or they added in. And also, what it seems like, and I hope this doesn't change, but Teddy and Raven, who when Caldera was at its bad, they brought in them. And in my opinion, fixed Caldera to be amazing with the stim boosting, speed boosting, redeploys, all that. If they let Teddy and Raven cook, the game is going to be amazing. If they
Clear, Ted, just wild info, and I don't know if Ted's gonna like me saying this necessarily. He wasn't on the launch of Warzone 2. They took him off of Caldera after like the last season of Caldera, and what he's been working on for the last 12 months is this. He only just recently got back onto Warzone 2 like 2 months ago.
when it was awful.
No, I think it was longer.
Because
I
they-
think it was much longer, but yeah.
Because they called him in to say the game is trash. And the game is trash. But if they let him and their team, not just but their team cook, bro, the game is going to be incredible. He saved Caldera, and already the foundation of this game is incredible. Leave Infinity Ward, let them have DMs, whatever it is, bro. The trash, bro. The absolute garbage. Let them have their fun, bro, with their realism, tactical, sit in a corner, and BS all around. Have fun with that game, bro. Let people have Warzone back like we wanted it, bro. When you tell people Rebirth is coming back and Fortune's Keep and things people love, bro, people get excited. Don't hold that back behind well, let's balance. No. Cook, bro. Like, nobody wants to play a sit in a corner tactical BS shooter as we've seen for the last year, bro. Welcome back, Ted and Raven. Let them cook, bro. Please.
I would say just to, just for clarification, it's everybody chat. Obviously, we love Teddy. He's the fucking GOAT. Remember, it is a collective. It's a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it. But we love Teddy. All right,
Ted
wanna
and his
throw it out
team.
there.
And his team. His team
yeah,
people.
all the
I think
team.
it's just a sign
All
of,
the
like,
team. You know what I'm
the
saying?
culture shift, right? Like, and I respect IW and what you've done. Like, I think what they made for the people who like it, that's a badass product. And like for the people that like playing it, good for you. I hope the game exists for you, but it should be a totally different title, totally delineated from what we have. And go have fun, keep developing that. You obviously have people who love it, so good on you because you're crushing it for them. For the rest of us, let us go back to what we've had.
Yeah.
Raven team, the culture shift back in that direction. I think you've crushed it, and it's what I want to play on a daily basis. Yeah, it's. I'm not.
And
I'm not trying to,
watch and
attack
everything
individuals
else.
and what they like doing in their free time, but like most of us enjoy the direction we're heading back towards.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that like, bro, that team over there, like, obviously it's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of people that are involved. Obviously, they told us in the pre-briefing, it's like so many people. It's a collective. It's every single studio involved. Certain studios are in charge of certain things, right? Like Raven Software is like the one. I don't want to say really like not running Warzone, but they're like the ones kind of at the head, at the forefront of it. And so Raven Software, man, I love them, bro. I love them, bro. They cook, bro.
I think a lot of it has to do with whatever the current game is. They have to work hand in hand because they don't want the current game to be too different from the Warzone experience. So I think during the Modern Warfare 2 life cycle, I don't think that they wanted to change Modern Warfare 2 as much as maybe Warzone side wanted to see changed. But I think some of the changes that Sledgehammer has for their game maybe fit a little bit more in line with some of the changes that we see for Warzone. So I think that's part of the thing is, like, I think they have a similar vision for maybe where that is versus maybe the other one works better for multiplayer on MW2 or however that worked. But
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of cool things that they changed.
Yeah, go ahead,
We got the water, we got the water pistol thing, the climbing, mantling, all that pistol stuff. That is fire, super genius. That everyone gets like the same thing. It might even push people to run more overkill classes because then you don't even have to worry about that at all. I think that's a phenomenal change. And for people who don't know, basically, no matter what loadout you have, if you happen to have a pistol, you keep it. If you go into the water, you do not have a pistol. You have a rocket launcher and submachine gun. You land in the water, you pull out this pistol that's holstered magically with 15 bullets in the mag and enough ammo to go ahead and shoot people underwater. So it makes it a completely neutral playing field for both players. 1-to-1, gun on gun. Super good change.
Mhm.
Gulag, I don't know.
Fucking perfect, bro.
Gulag, they actually modified the Gulag in a couple different ways. They no longer have the little capture element in there. They did go a little bit creative. I don't know how much people will like it, but I think there is a little bit of play. There's a rope that drops after the time, and it's a risk reward. If you climb the rope, you might get shot down, but if neither of you climb the rope, you both lose. But one thing that maybe people didn't notice offhand because maybe you didn't go to the Gulag all that time. You guys were, all stacked in your triple stack teams.
Yeah.
I was with COD Next 2.245. And I went to Gulag like 7 times. They actually have different layouts. And there's different public style events. So that when you go in there, you might get night vision. I know I was looking back at VODs and I saw some people got it. I didn't experience a night vision one.
I did. It was so cheese, okay.
There might be a cash one. There might be other one where you're fully loaded, which I got that one, and it gives you full plates and a fully kitted 5 attachment weapon.
It's fire.
Which is fire. You win that goose, you come back,
You're
help your team. So I think the layout thing is the cool part too. I thought there was only like, oh, this side looks different. That's kind of messed up. But there's actually different
gulags,
which is nice. But then hopefully that's setting the precedent what they're going to do in the future with multiple layouts for the next seasons.
Yeah, can I real quick add to this? I want to, Savic over here, whoever's clipping things for Pullze Check. Listen, one thing, just one thing I noticed right off rip, guys. There's no other footsteps, no spectator footsteps in the Gulag.
That's a massive W.
Yep.
The footsteps that you hear in the Gulag, or at least that's what I noticed. At least from what I noticed.
It sounded hella quiet.
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds hella quiet.
At least from what I noticed. I know that's something that probably shouldn't be like.
We're celebrating this.
Yeah, we're celebrating that, but.
The other thing I want to say too is I know the night vision is cheese. I'm not, but listen. Here's the thing, right? Everybody's like, oh, it's so dumb. You're right, though. But you have night vision, and so does your opponent. It's not like 1%.
Yeah,
it's
a
terrible.
1v1.
But also, can we remember that in Warzone 2, we had a 2v2 Gulag with the jailer, bro? Anything is there. They could blindfold me, and that's better than whatever that was. So I just want to say that we were having
the raid in there? You gotta have your teammates guide you.
Yeah, guide you.
Yeah.
We had a jailer, and you could kill the jailer to everybody get. Bro, I don't want to hear it, bro. You both have night vision on, cheese, but whatever, bro. Like,
it's
pub at the end of the day.
It's a pub. That's not gonna be ranked.
I think you got to give
Exactly.
credit where it's due, and it's kind of one of those things that like we complain that it's not variety enough. They give you variety, and Joe said
exactly.
regardless of what it was, it's a 1v1 as long as it's not some weird weapon like nonsense cheese.
2v2. Your
Like
teammate
grenade
lags
launcher.
out, and you're in a 1v2.
Remember they had a grenade launcher in the Googe before?
Oh, bro, Warzone 1, we had some
Come
horny
on,
stuff.
bro.
Like, we had crossbow-only gulags. We
Yeah.
had fist-only
For
gulags.
weeks.
Nothing is worse, bro. 2v2. Bro, you look over your 2v2 teammate, and he's default skin not moving and disappears. You're in a 1v2. Nothing is worse, bro. And a jailer. I'm good.
A lot of credit there. I think the improved ammo sorting feature basically allows you to hold all the ammo.
Bro.
Yeah.
Which is great. And it's not only for you, but it's also like, let's say you are using a shotgun or a sniper. Someone might have looted that ammo and you kill them. You're going to get it now versus the meta hard rifle SMG. You're never going to get that ammo without like getting munitions or scouring for it. This is a good
for those
change.
You don't know, in your backpack, when you open up your backpack, in your bottom right, you're going to see all 5 stacks of ammo. So it's just like Warzone 1, whenever you run over a dead body, it's just going to vacuum up all of that loot until you are full stacked on every single ammo type. So if your buddy is using a sniper, you can drop him a sniper. Even if you weren't holding a sniper, you could drop that from what you picked up from someone you killed 5
We've
minutes
been
ago.
asking for this so long. So do you guys know, does extra ammo pick up? I pray to God it
No,
doesn't.
I didn't. No, I didn't
It
have
can.
it.
It
No,
can.
it
Well,
can.
it doesn't auto pick up, but it can be stowed.
Yeah. You just
like,
pick it up and stow it. Yeah.
But it's not like
Okay.
right now where you automatically pick up an extra of the 2 weapons that you're using.
Yeah.
Thank God, bro. I swear,
That's a
bro.
W.
Right now, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I
Warzone
know
2.
that this one was also a little bit different. Obviously, we didn't talk about it in the last part, but the clearer hit markers are kind of nice. I like them. I don't know if you guys like
hit
them.
markers feel great. I'm not
They're
gonna
like
lie.
a cosmetic change. Some people
Yeah.
may not, but
Did you see
I
the
like
headshot
them.
hit markers? I don't
Yeah,
think most
the
people
X.
notice that.
X
Yeah,
with
so
the double.
It comes off with an X if you hit him on the chest. And then even if it's not a kill, it's a double X if you hit him on a headshot. So you can tell if like,
How
I
many
hit him with, like, 2 headshots. Like you can know
Yeah.
how weak he
Oh,
is.
what the hell? That's
And then
cool.
Yeah,
Then
it's
the
cool.
kill shot is red. So if you kill him with a body shot, it'll come across as a red X. If you kill him with a headshot, it'll come across as a double red X.
It's so good for visibility
really
of
nice.
understanding the
Nice.
gunfight. We'd be like, I swear I hit him in the head. No, bro. There's no double
you
X's
didn't.
on there.
Right.
Oh, that's actually yeah, okay. But I can say though, like kind of on that same topic, I feel like again, maybe this is like just like a small thing and I'm just complaining. I feel like I don't know, weird, but I feel like the font of Warzone was kind of like gamery, tech-y. Like I feel like the font of the game looked kind of weird. Like for everything, like your guns.
Mind it.
I don't mind it.
font-
It's different. It is
It's
different.
different. It's like more bold and like like I don't mind it. I mean,
I kind of feel like you couldn't seed. Like all the guns on the ground and like maybe I'm blind or maybe I need
with
to scoot
nostalgia,
back.
they're saying it's nostalgia font. I guess was that one of the old fonts?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
A
it's got, like,
modification of
bigger,
it.
blockier font.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't
Wait, really?
mind it.
Oh, then never
Yeah.
mind. Because I know all the Modern Warfare 2 fans are gonna kill me, bro. But maybe
that's hard
I
to
need to
say. I don't
scoot
know.
back from my monitor or something. Because I feel like I couldn't see like guns on the ground that well and like font in the bottom right, like the gun I have and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
The other
could've-
thing is a gas mask change.
Fuck that shit.
W. What?
It's a W, 100% a
This
W,
This
full
is
W.
super half and half. This is super. I like
Full
this.
W.
Chat, tell me. WL, what are y'all thinking? Okay, look, let me
Alright, let me
explain.
explain. Can I
okay,
explain it?
yeah, but let me just, before you explain
gotta
it,
get
let me
used to
explain
it,
why.
Isaac.
Let me
You gotta
explain
get
why.
used to it. It's a
This
W.
is so 50-50. Okay, so the reason why why they implemented this, guys, was because for the longest time, people were complaining about the gas mask animation. You're mid gunfight, and then, you know, the
Jumping off
gas
a
mask
building, parachuting,
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
in and out of the gas, swimming.
People, that's why this is implemented. So I won't explain it. Isaac, go ahead and explain what they did. But that is why they implemented it. They thought this is what everybody wanted. Again, it's very 50-50. You're either on one end of the spectrum. Go ahead, Isaac, tell.
All right. So I like where they're at. They're trying to make it to where the gas mask no longer interrupts movement, or like Jake, I mentioned, pulling your parachute. Now you break your legs, or you're in a gunfight, you're mid gunfight, you're about to get him, he's 1E, and then you pull it off and you're hip firing and you lose the gunfight, right? I get where they're heading. What they have done is they have made a system that when you walk across the map and you find a gas mask and you pick it up, in that moment, the moment you press square, you will have an animation that interrupts and puts you in a hip fire stance where you put that gas mask on. Whatever, okay? I get to pick when I'm picking up the gas mask, boom, animation. The bad thing is the rest of the map, you now have goggles over the outside of your screen and you're running around.
Until you take it off, brother.
But then, in order to take it off, unlike in Caldera, when you had it in your backpack and you could equip it or unequip it manually, you have to sacrifice a backpack slot where you put it into your backpack slot.
Better than dying.
Why can we not
Better
than
have
dying.
a gas
Isaac.
mask
So-
that automatically
I could-
equips and doesn't interrupt anything? There's
So,
no
nah.
immersion.
You've
no one has
ne-
ever posted a clip ever.
L.
in the
Isaac,
history
L.
of the
Isaac,
world.
L. Isaac.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Isaac.
did you see that gas mask animation?
No.
That shit was so
You've
good.
seen a
clip.
Ever.
Raven just commented. Raven just. They said, "Don't mind us. We're just lurking, bro."
Yeah, so
Listen.
here's what I'll say about it for a side note. It's muscle memory. When you see a gas mask, just
Yeah,
hold
you
down
gotta
on
get
the
used to
D-pad.
it.
It goes right in your backpack. You never see it on the damn screen until you need it, and you choose when you want it. I think that is a compromise that's worth it. Could it have probably been done maybe without taking a backpack slot? Maybe put it right next to your ammo in the center.
Why does it need to
Hopefully.
be part of the gameplay?
But,
Listen.
but that's I'm getting
Nothing to the
solutions.
game.
Isaac-
I'm giving the
Isaac's-
solutions. But if it stays the way it is, 10 out of 10 better than we've ever had in any iteration of Warzone that we've played since March 10th, 2020.
Isaac's talking about
not even
clips.
close.
Isaac's talking about clips, bro. He has never been put on a TikTok clip where you have a free kill and you are shooting it already. Put on a gas mask. You get 360 trick shotted, and you hear, "What's up, TikTok?" In today's video, I world star JoeWo, and here's what happened. They don't show your POV of you putting on a gas mask, getting slammed. No, now it's perfect. You get to put it on when you want, take it off when you want, and it's literally perfect, bro. It is a W change. It's the best change.
There's no animation ever. I'm in the middle of a gunfight, and maybe I just see the gas mask auto-equip for my fucking third arm.
It's just
coming
the
over
learning
back of
curve.
my
You're
head.
gonna get used to it, brother. You're gonna get used to it, brother.
So I have to walk around all day with fucking
You
goggles.
can take it off.
Put it in your back. If you want
I
it.
won 5 slots in my backpack.
Well,
Skill gap,
sacrifices.
buddy. Skill
Now you
gap.
only get 12 plates instead of 15.
I would love to have 5 girlfriends. I can only have 4. You know what I'm saying? So
That's how it is.
Let me add to this. Let me real quick. You know.
Yeah, what's your
I
stance on this, Repullze?
Okay. So, and I think we definitely could have. They could have had this better. They could have done this way
W or
better.
L. Whoa. W or L.
Hold on.
Nah, you can't be bitty. W or L.
It's W. Overall, it's a
Thank
W.
you.
If they want to
Better
fix,
than what we had, but it's
yes,
just fucking
let me
unnecessary.
fucking talk. All right, listen. All right. If they just did it to where instead of it being a slot in your backpack, and they just had it to where it's a slot next to your ammo, the new ammo thing. If they just perfect best of both worlds, that's it. You know. But if they wanted to just take it even further, just make it to where there's no animation when putting on. I get it, realism, but like in my opinion, you should click a button and just automatically.
Just a dab, little bro. Just a dab, little bro.
But I think, I guess if, I don't like the realism bullshit, but if they want to make it like realism, like it has to take up a slot and we have to penalize you for anything, agree with Isaac to the in sense of they always want to penalize us for things where I feel like you shouldn't get penalized for.
No, I think that's being nitpicky at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Nitpicky at that point.
It's still a W. It's still a W. But I just wish
I
just wish it
3
wasn't.
W's in it now. I think
Y'all haven't listen. Y'all haven't been world starting the storm. Y'all sit center circle, bro. I've been turned.
Who are you talking
Yeah,
to?
listen, bro. I've been world starting the storm too many times, bro. All
Yeah,
right?
this some of the people were unsure. The gas mask does tick the same way in your backpack. It's not like you're gonna hoard it, making 7 gas plays because you have 7 gas masks just sitting there. Nope, they utilize the same way. You go in the gas mask, you get the ticks. It's just like if you're ADS and that shit doesn't go on, it's ticking. It's gonna be the same thing. But this, you would know ahead of time. All right, gas is gonna come up. Let's put the gas mask on. All right, we're good. 100% when I push this guy out of the gas, my shit ain't gonna do this, and I'm gonna get screwed. That'll never happen again. 0, ever. Unless you're dumb enough to min-max the button presses and put that shit on mid-gunfight. Come on.
Give us a dedicated gas mask slot.
Your keyboard and well, I think that's what I said. They could put it next to armor as or ammo.
We have a
as
self-revive slot, an armor slot.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can
If they
toggle
do
when you
that,
put it on or
W.
off.
If they do that,
That's a super
fucking
W right there. Yeah.
Again, it's fine. It takes a slot in your backpack, which that sucks. Whatever. I'm still don't even want backpacks in the game. I don't want loot on the floor, floating loot, reign supreme. No backpacks, reign supreme. Just want to throw it out there, just a quick plug. But best way is just put it on in a slot that's not taking up your backpack. That's just.
I didn't see it myself. Smixy said that there is no removal animation. She said she was in the middle of a gunfight and the mask just broke and fell off her face. So I hope there is
That's
no
cool too.
removal animation. That's good. Because if you could manually equip it, but not unmanually unequip it, even if the gas mask cracked on your face, and then you have to unequip it later, or ideally, like Smixy said, it just falls off your face, golden.
The other
interrupts
solution
are awful.
would be to up your armor plates to maybe 6 instead of the 3. So then basically you're saving a slot. So that's another one. So you'd still have a slot if I don't, because I don't know how it works on the technical side, or if that's a pain in the ass to make this slot, but maybe give you extra 3 plates and then you're good. I don't know if that's a pain in the ass either, but I think either one of those would be good solutions to improve on the system. But if they can, this is better than what we've ever had in Warzone.
Yeah, it's better than what we have for sure. It's better. So I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I feel like Warzone. Quality of life, everything that they did, they fucking cooked. Raven Software fucking cooked. Now, if I was Raven Software and I'm like, if there's one thing I put in a silver platter and I'm like, please fix this before launch, please. It's just the movement speeds in Warzone. They feel very fucking slow, very slow compared to multiplayer. Please fix that. We'll talk about a little bit more. Joseph, shut the fuck up. All right, continue.
The thing I can say though, based on movement, just like going up zips, going up ladders. When you take a zip, you're up the zip. When you climb a ladder, you're up the ladder. There's no realism flying. There's no real. That is I love that aspect.
Horizontal zips are slow. They need to be sped up. They do need to be. You are.
Well, they
slow.
took that from Apex anyway.
Yes, they are slow. Very slow. You might as well be running underneath it. Like I'm exaggerating, but yeah, they're slow.
It might be that slow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
A couple other quick changes. They made the water clearer.
Yes, visibility is amazing.
I think the ghost change is solid. It does require movement.
Has to be moving.
Yep.
And that also is how the stealth vest works as well, because there's supposed to be a 1-to-1 perk to perk to vest to vest. So at launch, I don't know if it'll be 100% that way, but I think at launch of it, the vest, when you pick it up, it's essentially like you're picking up ghost and not this weird random one that keeps you off of everything.
Yeah. I want to add one thing really fast, and I was probably going to have to talk about this. I think that obviously there's detrimental things that make the game fun or boring, right? I think obviously I already said enough. I'm going to keep saying it until they listen, right? But movement obviously is like, right? But one big thing that we haven't discussed yet, and it's a huge fucking concern to me, and it's literally going to make the game W or an L. It can quite literally make the game boring as fuck, even if we have movement, is player count. Player count for BR. Boys, talk to me. 100 player count was fucking slow as shit.
It was so bad. Even in
I couldn't find anybody
with like aggressive players who were moving across the map on the first ever games, which you typically would play slower and feel like you need a little more time to figure out the new looting, inventory, map, etc.
Which we won, Isaac.
It sounded like they were pretty open to modifying that number, though. They said that they weren't finally finalized on that number. When we had our presentation the day before, one thing that they did change, though, is the zone timer. They made it faster. I timed it all the way up to the 8th zone, 8.5 closing in the shifting zone. It was 20 minutes and like 20 seconds. Super fast matches. I think it's a little bit faster than what we have now because they just sped it up even 3 minutes, right? Like for Warzone. Yeah. But very good timing on the maps. That mimics very much what we had in Blackout, and is even faster than we had in Verdansk. And it ties in where people can get more game sessions in 1 hour type of thing, which I think is a W. But the other part, we won't know how that it may be more players is necessary because the map. I don't know the scale.
120 to 150. The map is I think it said in the presentation the map is smaller than right now on Mazra. It's smaller than Al Mazrah, but the thing with this map is there's way more POIs, which is a huge fucking W. There's not a bunch of open, dense. It's very dense. And so having a 100-player lobby in a smaller, I get it. The mentality is like, oh, it's smaller. Let's make the player count smaller. But when it's so dense, you don't find anybody. Like people are hiding in like buildings and shit. So when you have the ability, when you have like 120 to 150, I think 120 to 150 is going to be that sweet spot. I don't know what it's going to end up at, but I think 100 players.
Way too less. Because it's not like the old days where like everybody's going peak. Like 100 players are going peak. Everybody's spread out everywhere. So like I feel like that could have been IW's last straw because I know that they love their 100 players. They're like, you can take over Warzone, but you got to do 100. Like get out of here, go play DMC. Like leave, go. But like you said, bro, 120 to 150, bro. Like I feel like that's the golden like. 150 would be fire, I feel like, but like even starting off at like 120 and then slowly, try 150. I don't know.
Yeah, give. I would like that because then 120 gives time for people to learn the map. It doesn't feel too chaotic, especially the players that may not be as cracked and aggressive or maybe left Warzone 2 and haven't played for a long time, so they need that time to reacclimate. I think that would be good to start slower. But at the end of the day, I think from both from a content perspective, dropping 20 bombs, dropping 30 bombs, world records, or even just the average Joe grabbing a beer with his buddy. Hey, what's your PR? With smaller maps, smaller numbers, it doesn't feel the same to be like, I dropped 8 kills.
9 compared to 19. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's hard to go from higher to lower in that sense. A couple things with pacing too. I don't know, like how fast you can get your loadout is kind of like an issue. I think Warzone 2 has kind of had. Besides buying your guns, cool. But actual cost of loadouts is 16,000. I had to double check.
They change it for this?
No, it's trio 16K.
10K. It should always be 10K.
Should always
bro.
be 10K.
In every
Exception,
mode.
maybe solos be 8 or something like that. But
I didn't fucking know. Raven, please.
and on
Raven,
top of that,
please.
the other alternative is the option where maybe you do keep it at 16, but like after each zone, it maybe drops. We had, I don't know when the hell we had that system.
That was in
That was fire.
Yeah.
That
So-
system, dude, did
So I
any of
think
them
it's
cook that
either
up?
or. I think it's either or. Like you either got to drop the price to get you in your loadout. And even though you could buy that stuff from the buy, you could buy your 2 guns, you could buy a generic package, and then you get your loadout when it falls. I think like that was such a core element of Warzone 1. Like
Yes.
and then when Caldera
loadouts.
came out and they said, hold up, everyone's got to wait. Can't even buy a loadout until the. I mean, like, no. Come on,
Don't
like,
take me
what are
back.
we doing here? Yeah, I think that was a core element, regardless if it was intentional or not. That is what like was a core element of the gameplay loop.
And they even
So-
changed it in Caldera when like you would spawn in the game, fight at peak for 2 seconds, and then the loadout would drop in like before zone.
Yeah,
it would
it'd
be
be
so
quick.
fast. Like so
Quick,
like
quick.
like that should be a thing. And I feel like it should start at 10K and then like zone 4, 5, 6. It should get cheaper, 8 and then like 7 or like where like you always have like your loadout. That is a core mechanic of the game where people, even the casual players, love to build. Like we've seen some wild builds on some dead bodies, but that's their loadout, right? That's their guns.
Yeah, like, they're always about let's let the player play how they want to play, right? They fucked it up in Warzone 2, and we all had to play like bots, right? Now going into this like Warzone 1, that's what made it amazing is that you could play however you want. You could be cracked as fucking go crazy, or you could play like reserve, like iron, and it's okay. Everybody had their play styles, right? Now moving forward, now we're going to Warzone 2.5, 3, whatever you want to call it. It's like all right, like obviously give us the freedom of movement. Let us play however we want, but like. For them advocating for let people play and have an identity whenever they play, okay, well, let us have our loadout very frequently. Let us get it consistently. Don't put 20K. Like I remember when I was playing and I was trying to back the boys, it was hard to find money. Maybe obviously I don't know the map as well. I don't know the little cheese spots for the money, but still like it was very hard to find money. So it's like in my opinion, put it to 10K, lower it every time. If you guys are like dead set on leaving it at 20K, which I highly discourage, then every zone should get cheaper like they did in Caldera. I think Caldera at the end was so fun in the like the map sucked, but like all the quality of life and all the things that they added, like reducing the loadout cost was amazing. I think again, like Joe had said, you should always have your loadout. It makes you feel like you have an identity and it makes you feel like you actually have a chance at winning, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Just my 2 cents. I didn't mean to interrupt.
And also, on that too, this is kind of a side note too, but I watched JGOD's video from today. Watch it, or from yesterday.
Yeah,
Either
it
way.
was today.
Oh, yeah.
This is early
So-
in your day.
Oh yeah. So this is also a thing on your player's identity. When you kill somebody, there's no calling card. I feel like that's kind of cool. You see a really good player has a really good calling card, and you're like, yo, I just killed somebody that's got a new calling card. That was a good player. Now, when you kill somebody, you don't see a calling card, which I feel like that's pretty cool. I don't know.
I didn't even see that. to be
Yeah,
honest.
I chat came up with that one. They helped me out with my list. So I didn't forget anything. I mean, there's subtle things like that that I wouldn't even think of, but they do matter. Like little things do matter. And I think a lot of times things get underrated where how much they do add to it, the gameplay loop.
Somebody just added something to the thing, and I was like, I remember saying it, but I don't know, maybe a lot of y'all didn't do it. Did y'all do a black site?
I didn't.
Connect?
Yeah.
It's fucking ass. Like
It
they I've always said that black sites should feel like, okay, if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this, like it should be rewarding. Right? Like, so there's no more advanced UAV, which is fine. I guess it's fine because you did do a big game bounty and you get an advanced UAV. That'll make things fun, but there's no advanced UAV. All you get for doing a black site is you get like the ammo box and plate box and then a buy station. In my opinion, I'm never doing a black site anymore. Like if it stays like that. Again, I want to throw I'm gonna throw this out there, bro. Specialist bonus. It's been gone for a whole year. Like specialist bonus. Like, bro, remember dropping Nakatomi and everybody's just like, yo, we need to get this. We need to get like, yo, we got to do it. And it's so fun. And you guys are successful and you finish Nakatomi and you're like, hell yeah, we got fucking specialists. And like, now it's like, we're having fun. That dopamine levels are like risen. So when doing a black site, like
insane.
I did a black site, I looked down. I looked down. I was like, bro, why do I want to fucking affordable buy? Like this was like that was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? So like again, at Raven Software, you guys have the opportunity to quite literally make this game, I feel, on par with fucking Warzone 1.
Better.
Better, maybe.
And that's that we're not even in a what's it called, COVID type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
But Hector, that's a great point. Imagine you do a black site, you get a specialist bonus, and also because obviously like that's a really good thing to have. You kill somebody, they drop specialist, then you can pick it up. That would be. Oh, bro,
that
that'd be
segues
fun.
into the next thing.
Drop on kill.
only
that
four
segues
in the
to the
map.
next thing.
You know?
There's only 4 in the map then.
That segues to the Champions Quest.
Oh yeah, true.
They basically said that if you
Wait. They said it already, right?
yeah, it was on
Yeah.
Well,
Alright,
that was part of our
fucking let 'em know.
presentation. That was
Hey,
part of
hey,
our
Josh.
presentation.
Fucking Josh, be ready to clip this shit.
Yeah, so basically, if somebody's on their nuke run, they've gotten their 5 wins, they get their Champions Quest, they gather their orbs, they're on their way. You kill them, you hijack their orbs. It's your contract now. You're gonna go get the nuke. You didn't need to get the 5 wins. Like literally the biggest come up ever. You
But
literally
only
just
once.
saved only once. Yeah. But yeah, if you lose it, then it's done. It's done. It's burned. But essentially, that's gonna make them harder. And the rewards are gonna be that much better. Because imagine how many streamers might be stream
snipers gonna-
sniping. Like shit, come on.
Oh, it's gonna be stream sniper essential, but also
Hey,
who
robbed
cares?
Swag's nuke, bro.
Yeah,
like,
easy.
imagine that title.
That's
like,
fire
come on.
content. But
That's gonna be
also-
hard.
But think about this too, though, right? That is a million times better than the Warzone 2 everybody wins system that they had, where you could buy a nuke skin that was better than the nuke skin you actually
that
got.
too.
And then also, when you load into a normal mode for 2 weeks, everybody gets a contract. Way
was
better
so
than
good.
that. Everybody has to win some way. No, they don't. People will be better than you at everything. People are going to be better than you at every single thing you do in life. People it can't be balanced for everybody, bro. People look better than me, look better than everybody, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yep.
Spit, Joe.
So I
I'm
think
tired
that's
of
a
the
cool feature.
participation trophy era.
It just
Sorry.
adds a little bit more because I think there was a point where, like, I don't know, for lack of better phrasing, they just made it look too easy. Like, oh yeah, we ran 5 in a row and we got 5 more. Like,
Yeah.
so I think that adds a little bit more where they will definitely be much harder and like near impossible.
It's gonna be a lot more fun. A lot
Yeah,
more
yeah.
fun.
Because the payoff at the end will be worth it. It won't be like, cool, we're gonna probably get 3 out of the 4 and then we're gonna be happy with that. Everyone get, W.
It only does it once though, chat. So let's say, for example, Swag has it. Isaac kills Swag, right? He now has the contract. I pull up, I kill Isaac. It just it's done. Like the contract's done. So it can only drop once. So that's gonna be really fucking fun for content. But yeah. Anyways, we can continue. Go, JGOD, do you still have any more on the list that you're
Got
going over?
lots of things. Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
bro,
There's
go
one
ahead.
shot sniping.
Oh yeah, I got
I-
one shot sniped.
I feel like it's too early to judge it because we don't know what the end product's going to be in terms of movement. And bullet velocities and builds and all that stuff. I got sniped by Joe on one thing where he was probably about 70 meters out. I never even saw the glint. It was so quick. I don't know if he just snaked the window and sniped me, but
Good guess. That's some good guess.
but like I never saw it. So, but I was kind of like pre-aiming, staring. So like it was my bad for being so immobile, but I think it's too soon. I don't know.
Now, mind you, as somebody who was a walking headshot snipe, that's probably how my hairline got pushed back because I got sniped so many times. I know everybody except me likes sniping, so like I think it's a W, honestly. I know people love sniping. I feel like there should be a little bit of a penalty, like obviously like flinch or glint or stuff like that. But I think one-shot sniping is good if they have like the cracked out, if they bring back all the gear and all that to the game and there's like super cracked out movement. Only the best of the best players will be sniping people all the time. The casual cheeseburger is not going to be headshot sniping people like crazy. But as a walking headshot snipe, L. But for the game overall, W.
I think if they just go with Caldera mindset of like heavy snipers, right? Like if they take whatever that sniper is in the beta, that's the 25 round bolt action that you can literally just pow. Like that's just going to be terrible. If we have like Car 98 was 5 bullets, it was super freaking snappy. So I don't even know if that should have been a sniper, but like, you know, there was a trade off to it. If someone can have 20, imagine someone had this gun, which would be like a 25 round Car 98. That shit would be awful.
Yeah.
I think if we find the balance between fire rate, bullet velocity, not as boring as explosive
Yep.
sniper ammo like we have right now, I think one-shot sniper should definitely be in at launch.
Yep.
It's just,
And
it's
I
not-
think that's another point that could be added to whatever that blog would be that would talk about those perks that potentially transferring over, or those intel drop about Warzone, whether it's going to be obviously after probably the launch of Modern Warfare 3. But whatever the intel drop, I think those things need to be very clear in there so that people know. Because there's people that literally do not play the game, even regardless of how bad you might think it is in other areas, because you cannot one-shot snipe without that terrible ammo.
At the
Like,
end of the day,
literally.
listen, I'm down for anything if it increases the popularity of the game. One shot, there's a huge community to one-shot sniping. I hate one-shot sniping. It's fine. Like as long as it's not to the point, like I feel like Warzone 1 was balanced for one-shot snipes. Like you had your trade-offs and it was fun, but like I think definitely fucking Caldera kind of went a little overboard with the Gorenko. That shit was fucking broken. You know, there's the ups and waves, and I think one-shot sniping, if it's in the game, fuck it, bro. Again, a big reason of my shift in tone of why I'm okay with it now is like pubs as opposed to ranked is going to be very
significantly different.
And ranked being in the game is going to make pubs way more fun. So all the wonky, fun, really like broken stuff, save it for pubs.
Also, bless you. The reason why that it worked in Warzone 1 is because we had a lot of movement. When people are sniping, if you can move around the map faster and side cancel, B-hop, you're not going to be getting headshot sniping because that's way harder to track. If you have,
and not only speed, but level changes. That's kind of more that what Warzone 1 had. Not necessarily the velocity. Oh, you know what you're like? It was the level changes. Like, holy how do I time this snipe? Because this person's moving. Yeah, I think that's
exactly
the other add.
Compared to then the old game was you are running with a smoke and that's it. There's no side canceling, nothing. So if they bring back movement, obviously the really good snipers will still be very, very good, and it's not going to feel as broken for the average player that can snipe sometimes and most of the time. If they see you that are side canceling around, they're not going to snipe you as often.
Agreed.
I got some little rapid fire ones real quick. Vehicles are crazy.
That was my next one. That was my
Dude,
next. Oh, not the audio. I was talking about the mobility. But go
Are
ahead.
they ass?
I
Are
was
they
just saying,
good?
like, it's really annoying driving around Warzone 2 right now with vehicles being super loud. You get into a dune buggy, you basically have to mute your game. A helicopter, you have to mute your game. It's even worse right now. They are so loud. Like, I don't care about the immersion once again. Like that. Just imagine that going through someone's speaker system. Not a good time. There's still the same glitch where if you pop a res pistol or hold a res pistol or stow it or whatever the combination of things is, you just evaporate, you just instantly die. It happened to TP. He was in front of me. Me and Joe were both safe. Teep got sniped, and it's like he was playing solo. He just turned into a pile of loot. So whatever it is with the res pistol, Raven, please fix it. Loot duplicating on the floor. So if a team gets wiped and their loot's on the floor and then they disconnect from the server, their loot duplicates, all the money, all the weapons, everything just duplicates back on the floor. You mentioned the no advanced UAV from Black Site. I'm pretty sure bomb drones are a one hit, like a full 300 HP one hit. Unlike in Warzone 2 that we're playing now, they got nerfed to only do like 299 damage. Still too much in my opinion, but just double check that. I'd seen 2 clips where people died instantly from a bomb drone, and that should not be.
Joe was one of them.
No. He was hurt. He was shooting at that guy. That guy was hurt, bro. Hey, I don't know. I was like, that's how we won the first ever win. So I don't know why you're chill, man.
It was 3-1. We had him.
So wait. So why? So JGOD, are vehicles still ass?
They're basically at Warzone 2. Like
exactly the same.
I think we want like year 1 and a half, 2 years of Warzone. Like Caldera's vehicles were trash too for quite a bit.
A win is a win. Than fucking Warzone 2.
A win is a win.
So I think Warzone 1, like the way the Bertha turned or the way the other vehicles, like there's clearly objectively terrible vehicles to drive in this game.
Yeah.
The helicopter works the same. Like a lot of those things, it's just like they just don't feel good.
Like in Verdansk, like if you had a little cliff you had to drive up to, if you were driving the SUV or the TAC Rover, you just knew it was going to get up there. And in Warzone 2, it's like if you're not on a paved road, you got to call AAA to come tow you out. Like,
you get stuck.
Is that your list, Isaac? Is that it?
Yeah, that's. I think that's all I got for now.
Yeah, I think I only have one thing left out of my list, which is the floating loot.
Okay.
And this is something I actually asked about. And they said that like essentially they wanted to address this by just fixing the loot problem, which the root cause is when things overlap and they don't have their own space. Even when we had floating loot, we had these same issues. How many times do you guys remember running up to a pile of loot and you're trying to grab the damn vest? Right? You remember that, right?
Yeah,
that was a floating loot. So bringing floating loot back doesn't solve that issue. So that's something I think that they do have as a priority for them, that they do want to fix. It wasn't in the build that we played. I don't know when it'll be in the game, but they do care about fixing that problem. And floating loot isn't probably the solution. That just fixing the way the loot, like it owns its own space so that they don't overlap, or however they need to do it, that's going to be the solution. So that's like their thought process, instead of creating floating loot and still having the same problem and then people bitching about the same problem. I think they're going to just focus on fixing the problem.
I honestly don't think it's possible. Sorry, Joe. I just don't. I don't think it's possible to add floating loot. Nobody has confirmed that or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that seems something that's so etched into the game right now that I don't think it's possible to do that. Just thought I would throw it out there. But Joe, I hope they do, right? I would still want floating loot. I think it's better, just overall. But I don't think it's possible. That's just again, nobody told me anything. That's just what I think. Go ahead, Joe.
Random change that I think is a change so far that I've seen that's a massive W is, I don't think, now somebody could prove me wrong, but everybody that I was sniping from the sky, there is no spawn protection in big map BR. Big W. In Resurgence, of course, that's fine for a little bit as you're spawning in, because that's a fast-paced game mode. When I was sniping people that were high up, they're spam pinging you. They can land on loot late, land on you late, and you can't kill them. When I was fighting people flying in that seemed like they were very high up, I was cracking shield and stuff, clearly, and there was no spawn protection. That is a super W.
I didn't even think about that, but thank God. Again, they made a lot of poor choices, in my opinion, this year with Warzone 2. I think that's not a secret. They fixed a lot of them. 100 player count, most recent changes, 100 player count, definitely bump it up. And then what Joe said, spawn protection, don't think that has a place at all in general for, again, in ranked, I can somewhat understand why, at that, it's so high, if there's still spawn protection so you can regain with your team. In pubs, maybe if you match that, that's fine. But I think just in general, I don't like it. I don't like the spawn protection, especially with how low it is in Warzone. Pubs in general. But man, I mean, I literally went through my whole list, boys. I think at least I feel like I got everything that I wanted to discuss. Do you guys have anything else?
The only other
go ahead. Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, and the only other one is obviously I don't even think they can address it because it's a Ricochet thing, which you already know what we're talking about, is the shadow ban loop. Whatever the hell causes that. I wish there was more clarity on that. Because I see it spammed daily on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, in my email.
I see it everywhere, bro. I see it in my dreams.
Everywhere. And it's not like we're ignoring it. It's just that I
don't care.
It is. I don't know. I feel like we don't have a direct line to Ricochet. No one that I know does. And that's who handles it. And it's super top secret because they don't need people knowing their formulas, bro.
Look. Spit, because I'm telling you guys this so many times. I've reached out to everybody that I fucking know, and it's one of those things that I cannot get an answer to. I genuinely can't. I don't know anybody at Ricochet. I don't know any devs there. Of course, I think it's the dumbest system ever implemented into any game. And if anybody's in here, Raven, if you want to tell your friends, over there, Ricochet, they got to remove that shit ASAP. There's got to be a better way, because I know banning somebody who's spent $70 on your game from playing your game sounds kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, I get tagged every single fucking day and everything. And I mean, you guys have seen the videos, you guys have seen the posts. I try my best, and it just doesn't seem like we're getting an answer. So go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
Here's the thing, and I think the current system they have, foundationally is fine, but they need to fix it, because the only people that are reporting people are the bots that suck and they're getting slammed and they're spam reporting. If you spam report and it's a fake report, there should be a pop-up on your screen where you can't play for an hour or 2 hours. Say you false reported somebody that wasn't cheating, you suck. Straight up. where the people, and then if you are reporting people, not falsely, if you're reporting people that then get banned for cheating, you should have a higher scale where, like, if you're reporting somebody and you have a good cheater scale, they get kicked faster or seen faster. But if you're spam reporting, if you're spam reporting and you're getting slammed, you should literally get kicked from that game because you know that cheating, and they're just getting body slammed. You suck. Just pop up on your screen, say you are falsely reporting people. You're shadow banned for 5 hours, and I guarantee you that stops. Like, that's so annoying, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people do it maliciously too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like that, where it's like the Overwatch, where they actually have vetted players who they know and trust, and if they falsely banned anyone, then they lose that title of like, or the ability to manually review, because they have like community manual reviews for cheaters.
Yeah, I mean, bro, see, like that, I'm seeing all over chat that they have games like what game was that they just said that in CSGO they have like trust points for reporting players. That's crazy, Tech.
Yeah, like that or something.
Again,
And there may be those things too, and there's just it's like super secret, like top secret on their end, because it's so secret we don't even have there's no access. Like literally, it's a bubble that nobody. And even the people that we work with and talk to, it's like it's separate. Like, I don't know.
To be clear, like, we know people from Raven, we know people from Infinity Ward, we have people at Activision that we can reach out to directly. I don't know the name, I don't know the phone number, I don't know the general email. We don't have anything for Ricochet. That is like Fort Knox.
It's hush hush.
I'm not creating.
Yeah, they're like the Secret Service, bro. I swear,
it's crazy.
It's like the Secret Service. We like it seems like there's nobody there. Like, obviously they want to keep it that way.
It feels like there's nobody there.
Yo, just imagine this, right? You know when somebody is cheating and they get kicked from the match and it pops up like they're cheating, right? Imagine if you false reported so many people that in the match you got a banner like you are the one that's false reporting people and everybody would just roast you. That would be hilarious. Because if false report people kicks up for cheating, imagine like you got like a thing on you saying like you're the one false reporting people and people are like, yo, like you suck so bad you're just reporting it. Like where it shows like you're the one reporting and it's not true. That'd be hilarious, bro. Please do that.
Oh man, bro. I don't know, man. Listen, obviously that's a topic that we always bring up, and we always want to be an advocate for the people who are in the shadow ban loop, man, because that shit fucking sucks. If you pay for a game and you put so much money into a game and you can't play it, that's rough, man. But again, I hope you guys all understand that all of us, like, we have tried many times, and we're still gonna get tagged. We're still gonna get shit for whatever reason. I don't know why people blame it on us.
Nothing, man. I've never heard of never once. It's crazy.
I got two things real quick, and then my list will be cleared up. One, there's a glitch. This all that goes back to multiplayer, and it probably goes into Warzone as well. There's a tact stance glitch. There's a new tact stance where you're aiming down sight, and then tact stance is like the canted hip fire, aim down sight, whatever, right? I personally haven't found any value of it in my gameplay, but there's a glitch where even if you don't have tact stance equipped, and it happens damn near every time whenever I use like my SMG class, and I don't know what setting it is or whatever it may be, I go into a slide cancel, and when I aim down sight, it'll go canted ADS. It'll be like canted ADS.
That's not a glitch.
That's not a glitch, right?
It's just when you ADS while sliding, it's a tact stance.
If you don't have the perk for ADS, it automatically goes to tact stance. If you don't have the perk, it's at the very. It's only the beginning.
It does it for the entire length of the slide, but if you're doing it at the end, you're just ADSing too soon.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Hold ADS while sliding, and you'll see it the entire length. Don't slide cancel. You'll see how like the mechanic functions a little bit better on that end.
Okay. I thought I had been rocking only the sliding boots, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was using another class, which that makes sense. Okay, so it's tax.
I'm pretty sure it's intentional.
Sliding.
It's just a learning curve. Yeah,
Okay.
It's just getting used to it. You're either ADSing too soon, or if you ADS'd sooner, you would see a tact stance for a much longer period of time.
Gotcha.
And it would look more natural. It wouldn't be like this entire time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing that I have before I call it, or before I let you guys say your final ones, is communication. Right? We talked about first impressions. We're in MW3 beta. First ever opportunity to make a first impression for what's going to happen in the years to come. And Battle Rage is unbelievably broken. Yes. Okay. We got it patched within 8 hours or something, 10 hours. Like, that's not a bad turnaround time for something. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there was any tweet from any of the devs, none of the COD updates of, hey, we are currently investigating an issue where Battle Rage is not working as intended. I know that sounds super entitled, but that's more of a PR move from their perspective because I queued into TP stream, I queued into Symphony stream, I queued into Courage's stream. They were all rage quitting in front of tens of thousands of people. And those people are cycling in and out and they're bitching about it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But there was no communication. Courage was tweeting at him, Teep was tweeting at him. And so there's all these impressions going out of like shit stuff that's happening. But I feel like the public perception could be saved of like one tweet. Even though I'm raging about it, they were like, okay, well, they tweeted about it. Hopefully it's going to be fixed soon. Right? Just address it. The same thing goes for the Alt F4 glitch. Okay. It was just recently patched out of ranked. It's currently fixed, no longer being exploited.
Nobody's going up.
They said, we have issued a fix for an Alt F4 exploit that we've been investigating since last season.
But we didn't know.
Why didn't you tell us? And why didn't you tell the player base that we are investigating? Because at the very least, that would disincentivize people from doing that exploit and maybe even throw out a false threat of like, we are investigating this Alt F4 exploit and also potential punitive actions or whatever the heck, you know? But like, when shit goes silent and you allow people like us who have platforms to talk about it in front of tens of thousands of people, that's going to negatively
100%.
affect the perception of the game more than tweeting about and being open about your shortcomings. Like, just be like, yo, Battle Rage isn't working right. We're going to get on it. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, look, bro, I think Sledgehammer is like, they are like before, right? Like they have been really good about communicating with their people. And I think they're more like, obviously there's development companies that don't like to talk to their people, and there's that really do love their community, right? So I think going forward from what we've seen, I think obviously Raven Software, they're super fucking, they love communicating, and you know, I'm glad hopefully in Warzone things start, you know, we get that for Warzone. But as far as right now, like when it comes to Sledgehammer, at least it seems like they are quick to respond. And again, I wish they were a little bit more like, yo, we're investigating it. Sorry. Like, you know, whatever, we're investigating. But I think we definitely are in for a better year than last year as far as that goes, communication goes. So, but I don't know. That's just what I can tell. But that's not actual intel, right? But yeah.
Something random and probably gonna be like, yo, bro's just yapping now. Like, but all right, hear me out. I am yapping, but hear me out. But just let me cook. Right? I'm yapping. All right. So I was playing Apex the other day, right? And again, every game copies each other, so I don't want to hear it. We have horizontal zips now. That's an Apex. Shut up. We're copying Apex. All right. So we have the Champions Quest, right? Where like you'd get 5 wins and you get the Champions Quest. I think, and again, for sweats and casuals, I think that's actually kind of cool, right? When you win a game, before the next game, it shows the squad that won the game before that, or the squad that won with the highest kills. I think that's kind of cool. Like, say for the next game, you and your team won. It like shows up and it's like, yo, Isaac, Hector, and JGOD, and like they're like the first plane or something, and like your skins are first.
Stream sniped?
I mean, we're 0.001%, but like for the casual player stuff, like I think that's cool. Like it shows like your team be the first plane and like your skin show up first. I don't know.
I mean, I think, yeah, who cares about streamers? I'm gonna be honest. Like, if we get stream side, we get stream side. But I think for the betterment of the whole community, that'd be cool.
For us to be frustrating, for someone to have their moment on the big screen, that would be really cool. You know?
Yeah.
So, one thing I saw someone in your chat say earlier that Swag had mentioned it is the winning.
Oh yeah,
animation.
It should be different. It should be different.
Should be different.
That's the big. I was talking to Swag about it, bro, and Swag was like the biggest thing that Swag's his feedback was like, it just feels too much like Warzone 2. Not even the movement, like it just feels like Warzone 2, like just with better movement. It should feel like a new experience. Now, how did they achieve that? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, I don't know how they would do that. Again, I do think movement, making it like fluid as fuck, how let's say what we played back in August, that would make a huge contribution. But even the end scene, like JGOD was saying.
Well, like the original one in Verdansk, I always liked that one where it was like the little thing on the bottom or whatever.
Yeah.
And even Fortnite eventually evolved it where it did like the slow-mo as soon as you got the kill. Yeah, so I think there's like evolution to it than a simple. I know it sounds stupid, but like if you're winning, it shouldn't feel like the first, 100 or 200, however many thousands of wins people have on Warzone 2. Like it's just gonna feel like, oh, cool, first day of the win, yay! I don't know.
I mean, even the
Side note
entry of
idea.
the plane flying in and then you guys walking.
Yeah.
Is pixel for pixel, the exact same anime.
Yeah.
And I don't know how hard. I know that's nitpicky. That is nitpicky. I'll agree.
Bro,
that
just
is
yapping.
nitpicky, but those things do impact the overall value of like your experience in the game.
Hear me out, JGOD, and I think a game did this before. Imagine the last bullet from your gun that killed the last player, like it tracked it. And I think a game has that, but still, like it like
Sniper
tracks,
Elite or something.
like it tracks the bullet or something. Like that'd be kind of sick. But like something
that's
like that.
OD,
though.
but those just like conceptually, I'm sure they have teams of creative people that can figure stuff out to make things happen. But I just like conceptually for future seasons or something, because probably way too late now to change something like that. But those things are important and they do add value.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a glitch in custom games. They've accidentally had final kill cams in customs.
Yeah.
Like imagine a final kill cam in Warzone, and then people are trying to trick shot their last kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
I mean,
that is natural to
look-
COD. Like it's in our DNA. Like a final kill cam in Warzone would be sick.
Bro, listen. I'm telling you right now, like Raven Software and the entire team over there have the opportunity, bro. They have the opportunity to make, like, I'm not even trolling, a goated fucking game, bro. Like they're so, like, bro, again, we said this last year and it was like, bro, like you guys can make this good. You guys just, obviously they had a lot of work to do, but they could, right? But now it's like, bro, we are so close. Like we are so close to making this game fun again. Like we just need a couple things, man. A couple things. And bro, we're in for a fun fucking experience, bro. Even right now, like it's cool, but definitely you could tell something's lacking. So boys, I mean, I guess like we'll do the same thing that we did for multiplayer. And so if you had, I guess, a couple things, two things that you think are the most important for Raven Software to take from this whole thing and be like, you know what, this is what the community thinks that we should take from this and fix. What are the two things you guys think should be fixed going into launch in December? JGOD, go first.
Shoot. Go ahead, skip me real quick. I'll come back.
All right.
Wait, pause
Isaac,
for a
go
second.
ahead.
You said what?
Yeah.
You said
Okay,
for
what?
launch when?
For launch in December. That's not confirmed, but if history repeats
It's supposed
itself,
to launch with season 1, which is either likely to the launch on the 5th or the 12th is rumored, based off the date when our season pass is supposed to end or whatever for our battle pass.
yeah,
Hey,
go look,
JGOD,
chat.
what
Go
did
look
you
when
say?
the season. We'll go look when the battle pass ends. That's more than likely when it fucking starts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, that's not. No, I didn't get caught. That's just. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I got my
They didn't
two.
tell us.
So I
we
got
don't
my
know.
2. So
Please, I don't
going
know.
back to the ADS jump penalty, I think that's just horrendous.
W.
And then I think the overall loot stacking, if that could be improved, because that's one of the most frustrating things you can deal with. I'll keep it those two as the main.
Okay. So what was the second one? Sorry.
The loot stacking.
Loot
Like
stacking.
where-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Isaac? We don't. Just so you guys know, all of our answers don't have to be different. I already know my two.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm just going to lump in all the movement changes that we talked about, like hoping we have like a sort of specialist bonus. That way when we walk in, we have all the perks that make sense from MW3, so the game feels good. We're walking around like super soldiers. Like
Yeah.
for me, that's not even a request. At that point, that's a demand. Like that's how the game should be played because it feels damn good, and we should feel good as players. Player count, I think 120 minimum should, because 100 felt very slow even in an aggressive lobby. From there, gas mask, bro.
This guy is cheese, bro. What?
No
That's
way.
crazy.
Single
Wait.
game, you pick up a gas mask. Unless you die off of rip and then lose your ghoulie, you either loot one. Ain't no way you can expect the standard player experience to be walking around with a black rim around your screen.
Just don't pick
and
one up until endgame. Just
Bro,
don't pick
yeah,
one up
but
until
now-
endgame.
Put it in your backpack.
Then
but
you gotta
also
worry
can just
about it.
slide cancel, and no one knows how to do that anyways, right?
Bro's
Think
fluent in
about the
Japanese.
average player, they're not gonna do that. Just
Hear me out.
All right, Joe,
Talk
talk.
to me.
Movement
I'm
number
listening.
one. The number one thing I don't think we touched on this whole time. Movement number one. Fix that. Number two, if Raven's gonna stick to tuning, I feel like this is the whole thing that we didn't even touch on. If Raven's gonna stick to tuning, and honestly, I feel like everybody hates it, but if they're gonna stick to it, I would love to see tuning go down the path of Warzone 1 Cold War kind of era, right? Where like you could build a FFAR as a SMG and a gun like a Milano as a primary, where your tunings actually matter. Where if you do a strafe speed and an ADS, it is going to feel like a sub. But the cost of that is if you try to shoot somebody long range, you're not hitting a bullet. Right now, you could go ADS, or like the tunings don't do a thing. If they're going to have this complicated system, I feel like that they should make it where the tunings actually matter, and you can have SMGs, build like ARs, like subs. Like that was a great time where the FAR was like a sub. Like you could build a gun how you want to. If they're going to have the tuning, have it where it actually matters, not like in Warzone 2 DMZ BS.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And I guess for me, last but not least, I'm gonna be honest. Again, I think this is, if there's anything that I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, and based off everything, is movement in general. Like take off the delay from before sliding and take off the delay after slide canceling. And then in general, integrate all the perks for like movement into Warzone by default and make it to where you feel like, okay, I'm fast. This feels fluid, right? We have streamers like Daltouche tweeting at us saying like, yo, every time I see Warzone movement, I think about how blessed we are as Apex players, and I forget how good we have it. Yeah, you guys do have it good, bro. So like, again, we are, Call of Duty, they're running laps on us, Pops. We gotta, let's, pick up the pace here on movement, you know what I'm saying? And then lastly, player count. I think in my opinion, if I had to pick two things that could be detrimental to the game, it's the movement, making sure everything feels really fast and snappy for movement and not feel restricted at all. Zero restrictions. If you want to do something, you should be able to do it. That's one. And then two is player count. If the player count is fucking 50, nobody's going to play this game. 100, nobody's going to play this game. It feels boring. They definitely should up the player count. So those are my two wish lists. Yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at, boys. So, yeah, man, I think we could. I'm not going to say we're in for a good year just yet. I think, again, we're right here. Right here. It's, we can go here.
Also, the thing is, bro, then last year we had devs at the office that had on realism helmets and ghillie suits, bro. That's who was in the office. This year, so far, it's looking bright. Next year, we got Treyarch, bro. So that means if Raven keeps Warzone, and then Treyarch comes on and says, hey, Raven, what's good? Yes, sir. Let's go. So we already have a good year starting, right? Good foundation. Next year's Treyarch, they say, let's cook with Raven. Raven keeps Warzone. Treyarch has their camos and jetpacks, I don't know. Right, and awesome goodies, who knows, bro? We got maybe 2 years, 3 years of good COD again, bro. And the DMZ people can go play Tarkov. Have a blast, guys.
Just don't tiptoe into it. None of this, oh, next season we're going to add this, and the next season we're going to try out this and see how this feels. Give us our fucking game back, because first impressions matter. That's the biggest thing. And I'll be honest, the first impression off the beta and like the battle rage has been great, minus the communication about that battle rage. But like, I just don't want to get into this tiptoe thing again, man. That will literally murder the game. It has to feel drastically different than MW2. It has to, or we're in for a bad year.
So are we all in consensus, chat included, that no more like little increments of adjusting? They just full send, and if they need to revert, they need to revert. But full send. Chat, are you guys? Is everybody, boys, you guys included, full send Warzone?
I mean, who's gonna come? Who's ever played a game and been like, oh dang, I move too fast. Oh. Wow, I'm mantling up this way too quick. Like, who complains about having player freedom?
Yeah, bro, this is kind of weird.
And also, like we've said, bro, the people, the casual players are not slide canceling maniacs. They're not doing everything. They're not B-hopping anyway, so they're not going to notice.
And they're not playing against people that are doing that too, so.
I don't know. I kind of mentioned it when we played it after the event that like I felt like Sledgehammer was doing like 5,000 IQ, playing checkers when everyone was playing, playing chess when everyone playing checkers. Where they intentionally left it like that so they can come in, build a little credibility that like maybe was lost with some of the patch notes or blogs that we had last year. Because I felt like last year's blog, I remember reading it in a video and it was like, we hear you, but we're not changing a thing. Essentially, that's what I read. So I think there's a lot of people that don't even know there's differences in studios So they just assume that, they're going to mess this up. And I think it'd be W if they just, they probably left it like that so they can go, hey, you know what? We fixed it. We hear you. We fix it. And then it's like, oh shit, they actually listen. And it might have been one of those things because it's a free win. It is a free win. But I don't know. Maybe
Activision the developers anyway. They don't.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that is one of the freest wins they could do.
Hey, there's so many things like there's so many things that they could do that like to us we're like, bro, why don't you just do this? Again, I don't know what they have their reasons for it, but again, I've always said it. Right in the middle, they can make this game fucking incredible. We have everything so set up, bro. We have everything so set up perfect. Yep. It's just if they want to. It's just if they want to. Last year, we obviously know they didn't want to. We saw what happened to the player count. Now.
Last thing that I'll say, and then I don't mean to interrupt the actor. I'm trying not to.
No, not at all.
Wrapping up. I just want.
I don't mind. Keep talking, boys. I'm chilling. I'm good.
Well, yeah. When you build a game for bots and you design it for players, making it less dynamic, more penalties, guess what happens? Bots still get shit on. When there are more penalties, you have to have more awareness about how to mitigate those penalties. That's why Joe is still a top 250 player and got what, 4th place at LAN, like sixth. Yeah, he's movement king. You got what, 2nd or 3rd place in stage 2. Like, it doesn't matter if you can be this incredible movement player. You're going to have to elevate your game with awareness as to the penalties and the mechanics of the game. And the more restrictions that you put on a player, it's not going to help the worst players. It's just going to make it when they try to express themselves, they're going to get choke slammed. When you have a faster TTK, that's not going to help the crappy player. It's going to make it even more punishing from them when their positioning is off, or their reaction time is slower, or they're playing on a big screen with a delay as opposed to our, super nice monitors, right? Like, the more freedom you give players, the more it's going to allow the players who aren't as disciplined to succeed. It's not the other way around.
And also, to bounce right off that, 1,000,000% facts. Even if you are a bot, absolutely horrible player, gaming is a hobby. Golf is a hobby. Things are hobbies. People want to see themselves improve at anything in life. If you're a bad golfer, they don't make the hole bigger for you because you're a bad golfer. You go play more. You learn how to play better. You can record your swing to see if your swing's bad. You can record your clips in the game. People want to see themselves improve at everything in life. So if they don't have a skill gap, and it is smaller and smaller and smaller, people will not see themselves improve and strive to be better at stuff. They don't make the hoop at the gym bigger because I can't shoot.
Devil's advocate here, though, Joe. I could say if they made that hole bigger and this golf course guaranteed hole-in-ones, I bet you they'd be selling that place out. Be like, I got the hole-in-one. That's what they're doing over there, selling them bundles in the store. It doesn't need to be. They're selling them bundles out the ass. They don't care how many golf clubs they sell.
We're looking at this and that, right? Like, you can have both. They can sell their bundles. They can do that while making a good game. We don't have to be like
advocate. I agree. I like the direction it's going. I like to have a skill gap. I think things that you can strive towards and improve. Yeah.
JGOD, come on, bro. Why do you gotta kill my analogy, bro? Come on.
No. I'm just giving you a hard time because somebody got us. I don't know.
Fuck, man. No, listen, man. Look, at the end of the day, they could chat and everybody watching. At the end of the day, they can do both. They can make a game that makes hella money and sell your bundles. Again, we had probably one of the lowest player counts ever, but we probably had record numbers of selling shit. Their marketing is great. So now Call of Duty activists, if you're listening, you can imagine if you made a good game. Imagine, imagine if it wasn't Warzone 2. Imagine. I know. I'm just saying. Imagine how much more money you could make. Let's just be honest. Let's just
imagine if
be
it
honest.
was a good game.
You didn't mean it that way.
Warzone 2 is not a good game.
Yeah, fact.
Am I wrong? Am I chat?
Hey, we didn't talk about the last
Warzone
thing.
2 a good game? Is it a good game?
Yeah, no. It's terrible. But what I was saying, we didn't talk about the last thing, even though we did mention it at some point. Just a side note, so we can leave off probably on a positive, is next year they're bringing back old maps.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I saw that.
Oh yeah, Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island.
Yeah, I know Joe mentioned it, but we didn't really talk on it. We didn't even talk about it. It's a huge W. Everyone's been asking for it. I only assumed up until this point that it'd be Warzone Mobile.
That's what we like.
That's what they told
They
us.
said
It was gonna be
too.
Warzone.
So we had no idea. Chat was spamming. They're bringing back Fortune Keep. I'm like,
I
guys,
thought
shut
they were
up.
trolling.
I
until
was
looked
like,
it up.
guys, that's mobile. Like, what? And like, then I looked. I was like, wait, no, they're right. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. For those of y'all who don't know, Rebirth and Fortune's Keep are coming back. And then listen, again, somebody on the TL who's he's pretty accurate on leaking shit, tweeted out that Verdance is coming back too. So that guy hasn't been wrong yet. Again, I'm not gonna say who, but
So that would likely be with Treyarch's game.
No, they said 2024. They said on the anniversary of Warzone. So Warzone comes out March 10th, I think it came out. And
Like in 5 or 6 months.
yeah.
That's way too soon. That's when they're gonna drop Resurgence, Matt. All right.
That's what I don't.
That'd be.
I'm just
don't get
telling
hyped
you what
about
I
that,
read.
chat. That sounds crazy.
I'm just telling you what I read. I'm just telling you what I read. All right.
Yep.
I don't know, but you never know. You never fucking know. I think a lot of people, they're making all the right decisions, whether even if it's just Rebirth and Fortune's Keep. They're bringing back things that are people want to see and people love, right? So again, they're heading in the right direction, man. But I've always said this: the fluff doesn't fucking matter. Like all the cool little shit, right? Like you can decorate your cake, fucking amazing, but if it's filled with caca, you're not gonna eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
so.
don't know, man. Go.
No, so like I'm saying, like yeah, that's cool, all the old maps and stuff. But if it's slow movement and if it's all this shit and it's not and it's clunky and there's delays for slide canceling and you can jump and there's a delay and no one's gonna play it, bro. You might sell your bundles, yeah. You might make your money, but like we were COD, I miss the olden days when everybody was on that shit, So I don't know.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, bro, maybe I'm a little biased. This may be the best podcast to date. This may be the best, Pullze Check to date. But that's all I'm gonna say, bro. Maybe I'm biased, bro. We yapped and we cooked, bro. Or yapping was seasoning for our cooking, bro.
We definitely are the Yap Squad, brother. I love it, man. Listen, boys, I mean, unless, again, I can keep talking for days, bro. If you guys have anything else, feel free. I'm fucking down. But if you guys think we're done, man, then, Raven Software, we're going to let you guys give y'all your apron. Go ahead and cook, baby, because we want a good game. We want a good game, man. We want a good game. So, boys, anything else before we go, man? Chilling? Nothing. All right, man. Chat, everybody in here, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Pullze Check Podcast. We definitely got a lot more in store for you this year. Again, I love this fucking squad. I love this four. Boys, I don't know what y'all's plan is going into the next year, but would love to do more frequent pods with us for you. You guys are fucking amazing. Let's keep it up, man. Hopefully this is a good year, and we let Raven Software and everybody at Sledgehammer cook, and let's see, man. Hopefully it's a walking W, chat. So everybody, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Maybe we're back. Later, baby. Peace.
Yeah.
Jeez, boy. God.
Yo, that was a 3-hour yap squad right there. That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That was
No. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes. It was like 2
Oh,
hours. and 20
that
minutes.
ain't bad. I've
good. We were speed running some of the stuff, so that worked out pretty good. But yeah,
I want to take a 5-hour Joe Rogan podcast. I don't want to hear it, bro.
I know
yeah.
that's crazy, huh?
Does he actually do him that? Does he actually do him that long?
No, I mean, some people. I mean, sometimes.
3 or 4 hour one.
Yeah, some juicy ones.
Blazed out of his
Did
mind.
that feel like 2 hours, chat? Dude, I swear.
It blew by. It blew by.
Yo.
It blew
fast.
by, but also we were flowing with topics. Like, say it's
Yeah.
like dead and it's like silent. It's like, what about? So then it's like, oh, okay, now they're just actually yapping. But I feel like it was just grooving where it didn't feel like nobody was yapping. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Because sometimes like it should end at like an hour and then they keep going for another 30 and you're like,
Yeah. No, I thought. I mean,
There's so
I'm
much to talk
hyped.
about.
I'm enjoying. Like I said, when you guys try the slide, I don't know if you guys all got PS5 set up. I know.
Yeah.
I think for sure. Yeah. Basically, try the slide and then jump without a double slide. I'm telling you, it's a night and day difference. Still delay, but night and day difference.
Not as bad, I guess,
That's
right?
the dream, though. I mean, I think that's just slide jump, and then whenever you jump, it does.
It's so easy to
stopping
do.
movement and then
Muscle
staying-
memory is so damn weird, but it's so good.
You're gonna have to get adjusted to not doing that again.
Yeah.
We still have that ingrained into our brains, but I mean, again, I don't know. I am very excited, and I hope Raven Software cooks, and it's all gonna be up to them and like what they do, because my biggest concern is the movement, man. If they that integrating that gear from Modern Warfare 3 into Warzone, as long as they do that, bro, and they're not like scared to go crazy and just like, bro, just fucking put that side to 100, bro. Who cares? Let's see what happens, bro. You know. And then if we need to,
200.
yeah, turn it down a little bit. You know, turn it
That's what I
down.
was saying. I was worried at Next when like people the night before Next when people were playing it, they're like, "Oh my God, we're back. I'm like,
That was
I
a
wanted to, like,
multiplayer.
knock on every person's hotel room and be like, "Listen, when we go in tomorrow, say this game is slow as fuck." And then that, because if we seem excited, they're gonna be like, "Oh, the streamers are happy. We can dial it back a little bit." No,
I will tell you the general vibe was like so different compared to
It
last
was.
year.
It was.
There
Yeah,
was a
last year
few
we were down
people
bad.
like I would say out of everyone was positive about it. There were the handful where they were like, okay, cool, it's a huge difference. And then there was a couple where it was like, oh, it kind of like they're repeating some of the chat stuff, and I'm sure that's why they repeat it. Personally, in my opinion, it doesn't feel like this is a $70 update or whatever. It's not Modern Warfare 2 with just a little bit of movement. I don't agree with that. But
No.
I could, you know, people, I respect someone's opinion, at least saying it is better regardless. But there were some people that thought that there. I'm not one of them, but yeah.
I think it definitely, at least
this-
to me, it feels like a new game. It does feel
Yeah.
like a new game.
Oh, it
Warzone,
definitely does.
I would say Warzone definitely
But-
feels like.
But if they
Warzone
bring over all the
2.5.
goodies, bro, if they bring over all the goodies and the gear and stuff, the second you played COD Next last year and you were getting stacked on and dead, when you 1v3'd somebody this game, Isaac heard me. I said, slammed! And I was like, yeah, we're back. That's what I tweeted, we're back. Because I was like, yo, if you're in a corner, you're getting camera slammed. Like, finally, bro. Like, and that's on you. I was like, oh, we're back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. Let's hey. Only time will tell, bro. I hope Raven and them cook, bro. Again, I said at the beginning of the podcast, I am scared. What we played in August is not what you guys are playing right now. It was definitely faster. It was definitely smoother. It definitely felt better. And I hope they see that and they revert whatever the heck they did. Or even if it's a perk, it kind of sucks that it's behind a perk. But you know, I just want to feel that. I was really hoping that you guys were gonna feel what we felt in that. Even though you guys are still happy and it's still great, like it sucks that there's a caveat, you know, to the beta right now. Like you guys are, yeah, but there's a delay and all that stuff. We did not have that, and it felt butter, bro. So I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. But boys, I appreciate y'all fucking hopping on, man. As always, bro. I don't ever want to interrupt y'all's content, but I thought today was fucking amazing. We killed it. 2 hours felt fucking smooth, bro. So all right, boys.
This
Yeah,
this is dope, man.
I love that, bro. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this, bro. I would like to do more.
I would choose a 2.5 hour yap session and like 30 minutes of like we have nothing to talk about, because there are times where there's literally a new season and we're like, yo, there's a new gun and have a good evening, guys. Like I would rather have this than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what the next year brings, bro. Let's see what the next fucking year brings, man.